Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the AJS TV channel. It's Aston Villa away at Ipswich Town. Very difficult game today. I think some people, they expect, teams like Ipswich to be an easy game. It never is away from home. Liverpool went there, struggled for about an hour, eventually got a win. But they had to fight, and they had to fight for like a good hour, I think 70 minutes before they actually scored. And if you look at some of the games that Ipswich Town have played, I mean, they took a 1-0 lead away at City. They did lose that game, but it does show that they can shock teams. And I feel like it might not be so different today with Aston Villa. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. Hello to both TikTok and YouTube. I am live on currently both. So feel free to comment, talk about anything. Give you a score. My throat's going. Give you score predictions in the chat. Villa, pretty much, the team that you would expect. Diego Carlos, unfortunately, is back in. Jan Johnson said you can start him here. How you doing, mate? What's good? We'll start with them. I mean, a lot of Villa fans should know Axel Twanzebe, as he used to play for us back in the day, as he starts for Ipswich. But like I said, we'll go through some of their results and just dissect it one by one. So, like I said, to have your first two games being Liverpool and Man City are never going to be easy, no matter who you are in the Premier League. You could be Arsenal having those two games, you could end up with 0 points. So for Ipswich Town, that is what you call a baptism of fire. And I don't think they embarrassed themselves in either of the games. I mean, like I said, Liverpool they hung on 0-0 for a while. Eventually, Liverpool broke through, and City, they actually were winning for a small period of time. They did, unfortunately for them, kind of embarrassingly got beat by Wimbledon in the Cup. But since then, they haven't lost a game. 3 draws in a row. 1-1 at home to Fulham, goalless away at Brighton, and recently a 1-1 draw away at Southampton. A very, very late equaliser via a deflection. But since the City game, in the league, they haven't lost. So it does show that they've got some kind of resilience in their team. But I don't think they're amazing going forward, but I'll give them credit defensively. They don't actually look too bad. Again, like I keep saying, Liverpool only scoring 2 goals. Man City always score loads of goals, but yeah, they are just the outlier, unfortunately. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. We'll start with Aston Villa, as always. So in goal for Villa, Emi Martinez. A back four of Luca Digne, Pau Torres, Diego Carlos is playing centre-back once more, and Ezri Konsa at right-back. So no Nedeljkovic, no Bogard, no Matty Cash still. None of those 3 are playing right-back. It is Konsa, slightly out of position, playing right-back, and Carlos in the middle. Our pivot is Tielemans and Amadou Onana, with an attacking midfield 3 of Jacob Ramsey, Leon Bailey, with Rodgers as the shadow striker behind Ollie Watkins. Still no John Duran. But again, it's an awkward conversation to have, and I've seen a lot of Villa fans talk about it, how John Duran has an incredible goals per minute ratio. He scores every 30 minutes on average. Ollie scores every 90. We are early into the season, and obviously Ollie did so well last year that it's very hard to, ignore all that. But I just think, it's a good conversation to have, not a bad one, because, like I said in the past, we've had issues with. I've just missed some comments as well, so I'll get to those too on TikTok. Thank you, guys. In the past, I'm still, apparently my throat is still a bit fucked. In the past, we've had issues with Ali Samata and Keenan Davis, and both of them couldn't hit a barn door together. So I like to have these kinds of conversations where it's 2 brilliant strikers trying to fight each other for a place. I saw Aston Villa said, "Come on, Villa." Luis Fay AVFC said, "Up the Villa." Marcus says, "Come on, Town." Got an Ipswich fan in the chat. Ted Moore says, "Favorite ever Villa player." I would say, because I started watching Villa around 2008 when I was, a kid. Probably Ashley Young, especially with him coming back. So that's just, that's my bias there. Channel, it's on Sky Sports Premier League, the main event. And are you afraid of Carlos starting? I am indeed. I am terrified of Carlos starting. I just feel like he's just very mistake prone. I feel like he's gonna explode any minute. And that's my concern. Guys, on TikTok, double tap screen. Any follows would be appreciated as always. Like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. You can watch me both there if you really want to be nice. Sean Deitch 10 says, I want Ipswich to win, but also relegation battle. Mate, as an Ipswich fan, as an Everton fan, you want teams like Ipswich to drop as many points as you can, mate. Hello to you, Joe. Possibly, I might be talking to some people after the game. We'll see how it goes, really. And Kieran says, I think Villa will take a point or all three versus Manchester United. I mean, I want to take one game at a time. We've also got Bayern Munich within that time as well. So let's just slow down. How about we just slow down? But yeah, we are about a minute or two away from being underway for the game. I am optimistic, is what I will say about this kind of game. I think it's not going to be, like I said, it's not going to be easy. I just realised I have no video description on YouTube. I need to fix that. I think something's gone wrong. I don't know how that's happened, but my video description has disappeared. But yeah, give me your score predictions in the chat. That'll be something to read after I'm done with this for about a minute. I'm gonna go for. I'll go for 2-1 Villa. I think it's gonna be a close game. We don't get clean sheets. That's the issue with Aston Villa. We just do not get clean sheets at all. But yeah, I'm saying 2-1 to Aston Villa. Let me know what you guys think. Apologies about this. I just need to fix things on my stream that for some reason have just disappeared, which is just not fun at all. Oh, it's probably the laziest fucking. I don't know. I've never had my description just disappear before. To what I've basically got going on, but right now, yeah. Anyway, there's a technical error. Oh, shit. The website actually does have issues. It's not just my internet. All right, I've done the first part, so I'm going to read some. I think flash score is down. That bit Good luck says hi, and you think Villa can win? Like I said, I think 2-1. I think 2-1 Villa today. I think it's not, like I said, it's not going to be an easy game, but I think 2-1. Because the Blue Shite are 2 divisions below us, so it's the closest that we're going to get to a derby. Let's go on x.com, shall we? See what Villa fans are saying on there too. I get 2 birds, 1 stone. HB Sally watching it. I'm gonna. I'll have to do it. I can't believe it disappeared. I'm still stunned by that. With the chat. That's never happened before. Blue Eyes says, need them to win for a bet. I mean, what, you need Villa or you need Ipswich to win for a bet? And how you doing, Laser? What's good? Yeah, for some reason my YouTube video just didn't start. Well, at all really. My description was missing. I had some things just completely disappear, so I've just had to fix that. Jake said I need Villa to win for a bet too. If you're a betting man, I would say possibly wait, see if Villa go 1-0 down, and then put a bet on Villa, because we've come from a goal down in a few games this season, so it might actually be more money investment here. I can't read that out, but it says Ten Hag with a joke. Redemption tonight. We're there. Well, we shall see, mate. Tottenham against Man United will be a very interesting game. I tell you that right now. I'm going to go and move over to the other overlay on screen. We're going to have hopefully some stats will appear. Don't know why that's not working though. Hello. Nothing wants to work today. Great. So I have to do this. There we go. We'll have a timer on screen as well. Hopefully the stats will start working. I've got a Carabao Cup icon on YouTube. Oops, gotta remove that. Not a Carabao Cup game. It feels like one though. Ipswich to me still don't feel like a Premier League side. I think of Ipswich, I think of League One. Jacob says, so far Lazio came through, already placed an Aka. And DM said Villa are some team at the moment. Great manager. I mean, Unai Emery doesn't get the flowers that he possibly deserves, to be honest. Lewis J2345 says 2-2. Well, Ipswich do draw games, don't they? They do draw a lot of games. LFC says, I like Villa for Rodgers, can't lie. Morgan Rodgers is class, mate. I love him. Absolutely love Morgan Rodgers. Guys, double tap screen. Get the support in. Like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. We are about to be underway. The players are on the pitch. Come on, you Villa boys. Let's cut. Come on, let's get 3 points. A win for Aston Villa would take us to second in the table. Goal difference behind Liverpool. We'd have to win 7-0, I think, to go above Liverpool tonight. There is going to be a minute's silence or minute applause here for David Rose. I think it's going to be a minute silence because it's got very quiet already. Toby says 4-1 Villa. I am excited. Yeah, David Rose, once a blue, always a blue. Oh, it's a minute applause. You know, I'll clap it. I'll clap it. A minute applause at the Ipswich game. I like when they do that. I think applause is better than silence. I like that because it's like you're applauding someone's achievements, you know, and no one can ruin it because you get those games where you try and be quiet and there's an arse in the crowd who, you know, he ruins it. So I prefer the applause. Howie, unfortunately, mate, kind of tad late for that. And Keith says we need Tottenham to lose today. I think it's too early to say like for certain teams to win, lose, or whatever. That's my take. We just need to focus on your own team and pick up points. And I think you start to look at other teams maybe, 20 games in. The game's now. The game kicks off now. Ipswich will kick off. Villa in the white strip. Am I able to get the lineups yet? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's Ips. Oh, I got the wrong. Oops, I got the wrong one. Here we go. We have kicked off, so I just need to do a small change on my overlay. I realised I've got the wrong team for my overlay. I got the Ipswich lineup. That's come up on my overlay. Right, there we go. Fixing it. Ollie Watkins. There's his name appearing. I need about 2,000 height here as well. There we go. Look at that. Villa fans singing already. Love to hear that. In the corner of the ground. Long way to travel today. So I hope for those Villa fans who've gone for a result. I hate when teams travel so far and get beat. Because it is a horrible journey. It really is. I don't know what's going on though, but for some reason I'm not able to. There we go. I fixed it. Jane Lewis says thoughts on Ramsey starting. I mean, he's class. I love Jacob Ramsey. I think he's deserved his place. I think he's played very well recently. Him and Morgan Rogers. I want to see start for Villa in most weeks. So that's my take. I've missed some comments on TikTok. Apologies. As I keep trying to fix things today. I don't know what's going on. Everything wants to break. Ryan says, I think Villa will win 2-0. And Kerbin says, make sure you win, mate. Well, I can't be the one to make sure that, but I hope Villa will win. And Jay Lennon says, come on up the Villa. You better put 5 past these, says Jamie. I mean, that's a bit much. I'll take a win. We've got to give respect where respect is due, right? Ipswich Town haven't lost in their last 3. And even then, their last defeat was Man City. So we've got to give them a bit more respect, you know? Laser says, watch us hold 4 to top Spur tonight. Just show levels to this game. Oh, dear. Ramsey pokes the ball forward towards Ollie Watkins. Not really got a good foothold on the ball. Onana comes over to help. Oh, this all the Villa fans I'm hearing. It's great. I love it. Champions League awaits for me. Here's Bailey back to Onana. 2 minutes gone here. Villa 0, Ipswich Town 0. Carlos. Ipswich have every man behind the ball early on in this game. It's going to be... I tell you what, the heat map of Pau Torres is already looking like... What? In their final third. Appearing most of the time. Konza right back today. On the ball into Onana again. Onana to Rogers. Watkins back to goal. Ramsey right to left is Digne. Can he get across? Come on, Luca. Very patient on the ball so far. Toto Football says, I'm broadcast. Well, okay, well, good for you, mate. I cannot show the game. Don't be an idiot. Tielemans, edge of the box. Curls one. Just over. Just over. Not far from causing the keeper some issues there. Yeah, I mean, Muric will probably watch that all the way, but it's not far. Not far over the bar. Yep, don't be like George. Don't be like George. He's an idiot. I get these every game. What do you think would happen to this channel? Oh, it wouldn't even last the full game. You'd have to find somewhere else and then ask them stupid questions. Lewis says McGinn instead of... Nah, Rogers better than McGinn, mate. I'm telling you now. Right, in that position anyway, Rogers better than McGinn. McGinn can do some things Rogers can't and vice versa, but as a shadow striker, you want Rogers there. You want Rogers there. All right, we should have the stats on screen now. I usually transition this, but for some reason, Streamlabs has been a bit broken today. So this is unfortunately what I can do. And again, even this is broke. What is going on today? Everything's broken today. What? I'm getting really pissed off. I don't know why everything wants to break today. We've got XG on the screen. And I'll let you guys know about any of the cool stats. Ball possession already 63% for Villa. And we've only just kicked on. You'd imagine that might go through the roof in this game. Goodness me. Alright, so we've got free kicks on here. We've got block shots, corners, offsides. Bayern Munich, I can't wait for that. Bayern Munich in the Champions League is our very next game, and I'm terrified. Hello to HD Juice. I missed Diaby. I felt he had bags potential. I think Villa missed Diaby's pace, mate. Unfortunately, Smutch says, hopefully we win it. It's my birthday. And Dodo says, hi mate, loving the stream. Just wondering if you can apologise. What? I didn't say anything against Lamina. What did I say against Lamina? I actually think Lamina's a class player, so you're funny. FTBL says, come on Villa, I have £20 bet for Martinez to get a clean sheet. Fair enough, man. Like I said, it's been a very slow start to this game. Both teams, I mean, Villa on the ball, trying to prod their way through, and then you've got Ipswich Town who are keeping every man behind the ball. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's already starting to pan out this way. They've got a back four. It looks like a back six because Calvin Phillips and Morsey. I didn't even read out their lineup, by the way. Muric in goal, Twanzebe, former Villa man, O'Shea, Greaves, and Davis. Phillips and Morsey is their pivot. Clark, Hutchinson, and Ogbene in their attack, and Rory Delap in striking position. Oh, Liam Delap, sorry, not Rory. Rolling back the years there. Liam Delap, former Manchester City man, up front. Who has a lot of potential. I'll give him that. Early ball for Ipswich down the left, but well cut out is Hutchinson. Although Onana has given that away. It's Amari Hutchinson. It's wriggled its way through. Long shot, deflected. In fact, the long shot comes in. It hits Hutchinson rather than a Villa man. It's Calvin Phillips. Goal, no. Delap scores. The cutback. Emmy gets a hand to it. Emmy gets a hand, but not enough. Oh my god. It's their first attack of the game. Ipswich's first attack of the game. They cut it back. And that's down to Onana giving the ball away, edge of the box. Goodness me. I mean, it's just really sloppy defending. Morsey's shot hits his own man. We still don't clear it. It's a great cutback, but I think Emmy should do better there. It's hit at Emmy's near post. It's Emmy's near post. He gets a hand to it and can't keep it out. I think there's questionable goalkeeping there. He has drilled that towards Emmy, but no, he gets a solid hand on that. That is dodgy goalkeeping from Martinez. It is 1-0 to Ipswich. I mean, that is literally the start they want. They've kept 11 men behind the ball. They've attacked and they've scored. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. What an awful goal to concede. Liam Delap. I'd literally just said as well. I literally said, oh, he's got a future ahead of him. Ollie Watkins goes down in the box at the other end straight away. The referee has to wave away a penalty. Goodness me, boys. Villa going 1-0 down on purpose so I can make more money, says it does. I mean, he's got a hand of Ollie's shirt there. Look, you've seen him given for that. It's soft, but you've definitely seen them given. FTBL, so there goes your 20 quid. I mean, Villa have come down from goals before, so yeah. And Dean, you're gonna get timed out if you're gonna chat nonsense, mate. I don't know what you're on about. I'm watching literally live on TV, you bozo. Long ball towards Ollie Watkins. Twanzebe with a header forward. Bailey on the far side for Villa. I think we've responded well. But such a poor goal to concede that, honestly. Such a poor goal to concede. It was like bundling their way through into our box. A cutback. And then Emmy gets a strong hand. Or it should have been a strong hand to Delap's shot. And it spills in the corner. Hi, so unlucky. Hope you lads win. I mean, we've still got a long way to go. But that's just a shite goal to concede. Like, it really is. Ipswich's first and only attack of this game goes into our net. Free kick for Fallon Ramsey. I said you got to give them more respect and credit though, because like they're unbeaten in 3. Guys, double tap the screen, get the likes up. Would massively appreciate that. Like I said, I'm live on both TikTok and YouTube, so feel free to watch on both. Unai Emery looks a little bit concerned already on the bench for Villa. That's not what you want to see when the camera pans to the technical area. All right, well, it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure, but thank you very much, Hi. Why do we always concede always? Because we're just sloppy defensively. It just is what it is. Digne goes short into Tielemans. Twisting one way, then the other. Back to Digne. Still plays forward for a cross. Digne into Ramsey. Well, we had the opportunity to cross, and we got a Villa man down in the box right now. And it's a head injury, I think, for... Is that Pau Torres? Yeah, Pau Torres holding his head. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, but like I said, there is a Villa man down in the penalty area. I don't think there's a lot in that. No, there's not a lot in that at all. He's barely touched him. Dear. Free kick. Well, not free kick. It's just a goal kick in the end because nothing was given. 1-0 to Ipswich Town, though. The Villa fan says, I swear we're giving Jamie free money on purpose. Yeah, so every time Villa go a goal down, I have a mate of mine who's not even a Villa fan, but he bets on Villa to win. And they keep getting him money. So if Villa win today, eventually it's not going to work. And I feel like it could be one of those days, but we'll see. My prediction is 3-1 Villa. I said, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Do you think Watkins will score? I mean, you hope so, but we got Duran off the bench. You got Duran off the bench. So there's always options. Always options. Guys, double tap the screen. Make sure you support the channel if you feel like it. Very much appreciated. Is Konza down the right? 13 minutes gone here. Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 0. Onana. That's a poor ball. That is a poor ball. I'm just saying, like, I had loads and loads of Wolves fans come in at 1-0, right? When Villa were losing last week. So if Villa do get an equaliser, I hope all the Ipswich fans don't ghost like the Wolves fans did, you know? Because the Wolves fans disappeared. I had loads of Wolves fans, and they vanished. Absolutely vanished as soon as Ollie made it 1-1. So if we do make it 1-1, you know, you don't have to despair. Don't have to be all scared. Ball towards Rodgers. Gets there before Muric. Watkins slightly barged off the ball there. And eventually cleared. Oh, we can have football banter, but don't be a pussy and run away. Villa give it away. Is Delat. Konza does very well there, actually. Plays it back to Martinez. Is Digne. Down the line. Towards Ramsey. Keeps it in play. Ramsey into Watkins. Kind of isolated. Tries to skip his way through by Greaves. It's given away though. Rodgers. Shoots! Yes! Rodgers 1-1! What a goal! He's ice cold! It's a Morgan Rodgers to make Ipswich 1. Aston Villa 1. Where's the Ipswich fans now? Where are you now? Where are you? Because I don't hear you. I don't hear you. I've been... Every time Villa go a goal down in a game, I don't get nervous anymore. I don't get nervous. And it's Ipswich making mistakes at the back. I mean, that's awful. It's an awful clearance. Straight to Rodgers. Calm, composed. Gets a 1-2 volley. Drills it in the far corner. Come on, Villa. What a goal. First of the season for my FPL man in midfield. Morgan Rodgers. What a goal. He's an absolute talent. I love him. He's an absolute talent. And I've had loads of Ipswich fans or just people taking the piss in the comments, right? Where are you? Because I can't hear you. It's 1-1. What a strike. What a strike. I mean, all that, by the way, is on the head of Greaves. I mean, that is an abysmal clearance from Greaves. He's got the ball on his own byline, tries to clear it, and gives it straight to Rodgers inside his own box. I mean, you couldn't write it. It's dreadful defending. A quarter of an hour gone. What a game so far. Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 1. Jamie. Infinite money glitch with Villa, I swear to God. Free kick to Ipswich Town. Jerome Villa says, I mean, you're a bit late for the prediction, but he does say 2-1. Christopher says the Dingles are bottom. I mean, I will say, they've played better than what their league position suggests. I think they've had like 6 really tough games, in fairness. But the Wolves are, as of now, in trouble. And we'll see how long that lasts for. Oh, man, what a goal. I am buzzing. Come on, Villa. Guys, double tap the screen on TikTok. I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok. I've got 26 of you in the YouTube live. I don't even know how many we've got on TikTok, but I appreciate all your support as always. I've missed some comments. Press says, well done, mate. It's Ipswich. Cry, Dylan. Cry, mate. Cry. It's gonna be 3-1, says Price. I mean, let's calm down. Like I said, let's take this a minute at a time. So I got 79. Okay, I got 79 on TikTok. Thank you. For some reason, the TikTok Live Center just doesn't tell me. It just says total, which is just not, I don't think, super helpful sometimes. Rodgers, good for FPL. I mean, he's been cooking. He got me 2 assists in FPL last week, and he's got a goal so far already at Portman Road. I am buzzing. Come on, the Villa. Brendan Rodgers. Wait, what did you just say, Brendan Rodgers? And a Liverpool fan here have 3-1. I have 1-3 and 3-2 to Villa. Cross comes in. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Should be 2-1 to Ipswich Town. Clark has had a free header in front of goal put over. Again, it's just Villa being lightweight in midfield. They play the ball down the left. First time crossing. I mean, it's Carlos being shite, man. I keep saying this about Carlos. Carlos not watching his man. Clark sneaks behind him, and he should score, you know. If Watkins scores this half, I'll send a rose. I mean, you go do that, man. You want to do that? You do that. It's Pau Torres. A rose like a penny anyway. Into Watkins. And Villa get a... I think we've got a throw in there. No, it's an Ipswich throw on the halfway line. 19 minutes played. Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 1. Who do you think will the first manager to get the sack will be? That is a good question. I like those ones. Right now, you look down the bottom of the league. I mean, Russell Martin maybe? Thank you for that. Is that an apple? I appreciate that, Fred. I really do. Thank you very much. Today is the day Martial makes a debut for Athens. I hope it goes well, man. Like I said, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll keep an eye out. And I'm sure he'll do well. Yeah, bought in Martinez for saves and clean sheets. Well, Villa don't get many clean sheets, in fairness, Mozid. So we do well as a team, but it's always it's basketball. We don't get clean sheets around here. But to be fair, usually our opposition don't either. So you know, you get both with it. Onana with a quite a bad pass actually towards Torres. He has to really track back to get the ball. He went 1-0 up. Ipswich Town went 1-0 up. Villa have gone a goal down, or even more so to Everton. We won that game. Went a goal down to Wolves, won that game. And we're currently a goal down to Ipswich. We've levelled with Rodgers. In fairness, I think Clark should have made it 2-1 Ipswich with a really poor header from a good attack. But Villa could once again come from a goal down and win. Torres on the ball for Villa. £10 on Onana yellow is like free money. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like that's free money right now. Do I miss Grealish? Not really. I think Villa have moved on, and we've not looked back, I don't think. Oh, is Hutchinson, he's caused a lot of problems for Villa already so far in this game. He's had to cut back inside, though, but every time he's on the ball, I get a bit worried, to be quite honest. As an Northampton fan going to Birmingham a few weeks, how's the pubs around there? All the Blues ones are shite. Go to the Witten, it's a Villa one. Yeah, Witten Arms or the Hull. There you go. Go to the Villa-sided pubs, mate. You'll enjoy it. How long have I been streaming for? On TikTok about a year, maybe. YouTube a little bit more than that. I think maybe like 2-3 years. Can't believe you're gonna. Okay. It's 1-1, guys. Calm down. Prediction of Villa Bayern. I'm not gonna get to that until the end of this game because I can't even think about that game until we got a result here, whether that's good or bad. That's the way I'm looking at this anyway. I hope Twanzebe doesn't score a goal against us, by the way. I don't think he'd ever scored for Villa, so it would hurt if he scored against us. Would break my heart. He is missing Harry Kane, but unfortunately Bayern are brilliant. I thought it was Ramsey. It was actually Ollie Watkins who won the ball, and he's fouled by the... Thank you, referee. I thought we weren't going to give that. I look up, and I thought, well, Ipswich had a throw-in. I'd read my chat, look up, and suddenly Villa had the ball. And it's Ollie Watkins leading a one-man charge. And eventually he's hacked down by Morsey. Opinions, I mean, it's a very easy opinion to give on Rodgers. Even if you take his goal away, Rodgers is a world-class player. Genuinely. I think his footwork is unreal, his dribbling, his footballing IQ is just through the roof. Alfie says, I think Villa will get something that game. I mean, that's a bold shout, but we'll see, mate. DRG says, I hope you win. The score is on screen. If you have eyeballs, you'll see it, Duran Villan, in the nicest way. It's literally in front of you. I swear people don't use their eyes after time. I think for Villa, I think it's world class. Honestly, more is from Man City's academy. It's from Manchester City's academy, right? And you're always going to back up your own players. So, you know, you may laugh, Bobby, but I think Rodgers has an unbelievable career ahead of him. And I tell you, 3-4 years' time, you won't laugh. I promise you that. How you doing, JS? Villa on counter. Aston Villa Short says, hi, AJ. How you doing, pal? And Brian Simpson, hi, up the Villa. They drew yesterday. I can't remember what I was talking about. He said they drew yesterday. Oh, are you on about Bayern Munich? I think Bayern drew with, did they draw with Dortmund? Stuttgart? Something like that. I know they drew. Smutch says we're cooked against Bayern. Calm down. Let's calm down. Probably will lose, but there's a way to lose a game of football, and hopefully we, at the very least, do that. But yeah. I remember when I genuinely thought Cameron Archer would be well. I mean, I think Archer still has a career. I just think he needs to play for better teams. He's always going to look poor. I rate Brereton Diaz, but he'll always look shit playing for a shit team. It's just how it is. Ashley Young was brilliant at Villa, and within a year, people are saying he's one of the worst defenders in the league in Everton. I don't think he's changed that much. I just think sometimes you become what's around you, you know? Or like it's hard to shine in a team of shit. Yeah, that's my take on it anyway. But I love Archer. I love Archer. How you doing, Addy? Hi, AJ. My prediction today was 2-1 Villa, so I'm actually not that far away from this. Villa again are playing against Ipswich Town, mate. Ipswich Town away. He's definitely the worst defender in Everton, probably the worst player. Ashley Young at Villa was brilliant. In fact, his last season at Villa, he was my player of the year. I think he had to play loads of games because of injuries. He played in central midfield in a couple games, not often, but like he was definitely a utility man at Aston Villa. And he always put in 100%. I don't think he made too many mistakes. So, yeah, for me, Ashley Young in that final year at Villa to get a 7th place, he was definitely my player of the year. Opinions, Ivan Toney, class player, but he's kind of thrown his career away, I think, going to Saudi so early. That's my take. I mean, he gets the bag. So I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck what I say. And who scored? Delap made it 1-0 Ipswich, and then a wonderful equaliser from Rodgers made it 1-1. Young screaming against Forest. Exactly. Young scored a belter against Forest away. Lovely strike. Jerome said your favourite player going on. He was mine. He was mine. And I was heartbroken as a kid when he left. Yeah, they all want money. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, they do. They all want money. But you hope that some players. I mean, look at Andy Carroll gets nothing really playing in what tier in France? 3rd tier in France? 4th tier? He's getting paid like €3,000 a month, right? And he's just playing for the love of the sport. He probably could go to Saudi. I mean, he used to play for Liverpool. He's got an incredible CV, but he's playing for the love of the sport, right? And that's what I wish more players were like that. But you know what it's like. They see the money bags and they go for it. You look at Oscar. Oscar was like 2013, 2014. An up and coming superstar, and went to Brazil. Aiden Tyler, is there a stream? So I'm watching it just live on Sky Sports main event. If people want to provide a stream, I'll pin the comment. But I'm watching this live. Guys, got 30 viewing the YouTube live. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And on TikTok, I don't even know how many viewers I've got. It could be 1, could be 100. I have no idea. But if you're on TikTok, do double tap the screen and you can watch on whatever platform you watch, or do all that meta stuff I'm supposed to say on these streams. Oh man, is Pau Torres on the ball for Villa, out wide to Luca Digne. 27 minutes gone, still 1-1. Not really much has happened since the goal, to be honest. I thought Villa might try and kick on and get a second. No, tell a lie. Clark did miss a sitter for Ipswich, but in terms of Villa, not really anything's happened since the equaliser. Who do you want to win, United or Spurs? I have no allegiance either way. I just find it funny. If Man United lose, I get Mark Goldbridge meltdown. If Tottenham lose, I get expressions oozing meltdown. So like, I feel like we all win. we all win in a way. I get tears from someone. Unless it's a draw, then you get like half tears. So even that, it's still something. It's still, we move. Carroll is scum. Could have been here at Newcastle, but left to Liverpool for more money. I mean, he also left to possibly win trophies, in fairness. Which, you know, didn't they win the... I swear they won a cup with Carroll, so... I don't think it was a bad move on paper. 50 million was a lot for Andy Carroll, but, you know, he got you a lot of money. You got to look at it that way, you know. Is Villa 4th right now? Possibly. I don't really look at the table this early. I don't really see the point because you fly like several positions based off one result. So I usually look maybe like 12, 13 games in, and I start caring about it like halfway through the season. Unless you're doing really well or really crap. Like Villa, if Villa won last year just before Christmas, we drew against Sheffield United. If we would have won that game, Villa would have been top of the league at Christmas, but we bottled. And then the second half of the season weren't as great, so we finished 4th, but it's still a very good season, obviously. But the fact we were in a title race for like 2/3 of the season and then fell away. You realise at the top you have to win like every single week. It is. I don't think until your team is there or even remotely there, you don't fully grasp what it's like to actually get anywhere near a league title. Well, Villa were brilliant, and we were still miles off it in the end. Ollie Watkins in the box for Villa on his own. Is Bailey. He's not really been involved much today, and he's lost the ball there too. Watkins did really well on his own. Good layoff to Bailey, but I think Bailey a little bit too naive on the ball there. Ball back to Muric, who thumps it long first time towards the halfway line. That's out of play for a Villa throw, and it's a really poor kick from Muric. And under no real pressure, Ipswich give the ball away to Aston Villa. Tyler says, I'm good. You remember... I don't, unfortunately, Tyler. See, a lot of people in this situation would lie and say, I remember. I honestly, unless you've changed your account name or something, I apologise, I don't. But you have said you ran to score the winner 4-1. I mean, we got to give Ipswich more credit than that. I think it's going to be a closer game. I'd love it to be that. And if, you know, say we do win by that scoreline, I'll give you credit. But I don't think we're gonna take these apart by any means. Toby said nothing wrong with sharing Liverpool's success with Villa fans. I don't care who's on the chat. If you can support anyone. I've never said this is a Villa only stream anywhere. Anyone from any team can come in as long as you just don't be a knob. I don't care what you say. I've had, you know, a lot of my friends are Chelsea fans, and they come in. So, like, you know, I don't care. We're all football fans at the end of the day, so like, why should I care? Tractor boys are good at getting a draw. They are. They are indeed. Is Bailey. Edge of the box, it's Onana. Tielemans, no real room to have a go for goal. Every man back for Ipswich right now. Cross from Konza. Header! Yes! Ollie Watkins makes it 2-1. What a cross that is. What a ball from the right. And Ollie, I mean, that's questionable from Muric. He doesn't come out to meet that, which really caught me off guard. Ollie Watkins with a really simple header in the end to make it Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2. It's such a wonderful ball from the right. But how does not a single Ipswich man get to this? It was really close to the goal. I'm so surprised Ollie's got there. That's unbelievable. That's such a great cross. That's unbelievable from Bailey. I thought it was a Konza cross. It was actually Leon Bailey putting the ball in. And Watkins gets between two defenders, nods it in. I mean, it's pinpoint. It's absolute pinpoint accuracy on the cross. I mean, I got bantered when it was 1-0. I got absolutely bantered on TikTok when it was 1-0. So, like, where are you lot now? Where's the bantering now? Like I said, don't run away. I said at 1-0, don't run away when Villa get an equaliser. It is Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2, and Ollie Watkins. I mean, he's silencing all the people saying drop him for Durant. If he keeps scoring, he's going to stay in the team. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And you'll never walk alone. So looks, my prediction is correct. I mean, Villa are, I would say, slightly cooking now. Slightly cooking. And Bailey, who I've actually given a bit of criticism in this game, he's not really been that much involved, I would say. But got the opportunity to put a ball in. Pretty much every Ipswich player was in the box defending. So the fact he managed to pick out Ollie in the middle of two Ipswich defenders to nod the ball past Muric. Like I said, I'm partially surprised that that neither of the centre backs cover that, and I'm also surprised Muric doesn't come out to claim the cross because it's in the 6-yard box. But it's a really good planted header from Ollie. And I mean, this game, it could have swung the other way. I think Clark missed you got to look at these small chances, right? Ipswich in the Championship probably wouldn't be losing a game like this. But you got to take your chances when you get them. Clark had a free header at the other end, put it over. Watkins has a header, makes it 2-1 to Villa. And that's the Premier League. That's literally the Premier League for you. You can't miss chances. You miss chances, you get punished. It's as simple as that. Jack says Ipswich to win 3-2. Well, they'll do very well to come from behind to do that. Thomas says I'm a gunner. And he's saying 3-1 to Villa. Rogers' goal was brilliant. Takes the ball down really well from a clearance. There's a very poor clearance. Who was it? It was from Greaves for Ipswich. Poor clearance. Rogers takes it down, gets a 1-2 volley and drills it in the far corner. And then Ollie Watkins made it 2-1. With a lovely header from a Bailey cross. 35 minutes played. It is Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2. Fabian says, do you enjoy watching Villa? I love watching Villa. I love this club so much. I think we are absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I think this has been a really good game. I've really enjoyed it. Jack says, I actually reckon 5-1 Villa. I mean, let's calm down, guys. Aston Villa Short says, AJ, who do you think will be relegated this season? I mean, it's very early to say, but you look at the likes of Southampton, those kind of teams. How come you're a Villa fan? Villa are literally Villa is the team supported by my family. Only a minority of people in my family don't support Villa, and those are people who live down south. Free kick comes in for Ipswich, only half cleared, shot from distance. Oh, what a save! Emi Martinez. Full stretch, dives across his goal, tips a wide shot from Calvin Phillips, I think, edge of the box. Really, really good save from the Argentine shot stopper. I mean, that's a brilliant save. That is an absolutely brilliant save from Emi Martinez. Because Phillips catches that brilliantly. What a save. I mean, he's a World Cup winner and a Copa America winner for a reason. Super save from Emi. Underrated opinion, Duran, I don't think he's better. You got to compare them in their positions, right? Duran couldn't do the job Rogers does. Rogers also isn't a goal scorer, so he probably couldn't do the same job that Duran could do. But we need someone to help Ollie in our somewhat 4-4-2 that we've got cooking. Smuts, no, I absolutely refuse to pay the money that Villa have put up for the Champions League games. If you guys are not aware, Villa are pricing Champions League games up to £90. And I just absolutely outright refuse to pay that. The fans are not happy about it. There's been protests. And I outrightly refuse to even think about paying things like that for this club. I was going to games in the Championship where we'd get it 28,000 a game and we were playing really shit football. Like, I remember going to drawing 1-1 at home to Preston when our goalkeeper at the time booted the ball against one of their players and it went into the back of the net. We were playing really shit football in the Championship, and I was there for that. And my reward for that is, you have to spend like 80, 90 quid. Chance for Ipswich, by the way, at the other end, and oh my God, Delap has missed. I'm trying to waffle about Villa, and then Ipswich have missed a great chance. What a save again, Martinez. That's brilliant. Emi Martinez again. Awful defending at the back. Goodness me. I mean, I give criticism for Carlos, but it was actually Pau Torres out of position this time. And it's the boot. It's the boot of Emi keeping out Delap. It was a great save from Martinez. You have no eyeballs if you've not seen that save. It's hit off the foot of Martinez. Corner comes in, flicked away at the near post. You really, by the way, and again, another tangent, you really get to see the amount of idiots online, right? who watch football. There are loads of them. TikTok is like the epicenter of idiocy watching football. You really get to see how brain dead people are. Like, maybe it's people who just don't play the game, have never played the game, or people who don't watch the sport properly. But goodness me, you get loads of idiots on TikTok. Sometimes they're content creators. You know, I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm not going to say names, but you know who they are. I'm going to leave it there. Who scored for Villa? Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins made it 2-1 Villa. Well, the equaliser for Villa was Rogers. Second goal was Ollie Watkins. And those who took out Ollie from their FPL must feel like an absolute idiot now, because people took him out before the Everton game. He scored 2 in that. And he got a goal against... He got 1 against Wolves, didn't he? Did he get more than 1 against Wolves? It was Watkins. No, it was only 1, because it was Watkins, Konza, and Duran. And he scored again today. So if anyone took out Ollie before Everton and not put him back, then I feel bad. I'm still getting over our results against Newcastle, says Pearl. We start Carlos against Bayern. We'll lose 17-1. Carlos just scares me. Guys, double tap the screen on TikTok. Any likes and follows will be appreciated. We've got 1,200 likes so far on the video. I could be your first Villa account you follow. Not many Villa accounts on TikTok. So if you want to follow just one, you know, you've got your Jonathan Morley's for Liverpool, and you've got Rory Talks Football for. If you want to follow an Arsenal fan, you can follow me. It's that simple. Kingston says, "What's £90 when we won't get Champions League for another 50 years?" Yeah, but it's still. Why should Villa fans have to pay? I don't know why the Villa fans have to suffer, really. Like, after what we've been through in the last 10, 15 years, we've seen utter shite. Why is it the Villa fans who have to suffer? Why is it us? Like, you can do several other ways to make more money, right? I don't even think we need to in the Champions League, because people are going to go to games, right? They're going to make money. But I just don't like the fact that it's, you know, they're just throwing the Villa fans under the bus. That's why I don't support it. And loads of Villa fans don't support it either. Long ball towards Ollie Watkins. Muric will catch the ball out of the sky. And we got 5 minutes until half time here. Thanks for the follows from FTBL Harvey and someone just called User. I appreciate that very much. That's my stance at Kingston. You can go if you want, but yeah, a lot of Villa fans I speak to, they say, "Oh yeah, I was going to like 3 Villa games, right? That's what they were planning to, and since the price update, they said, oh well, I can only afford 1 now, so that's all I can do." That's not. I don't feel that's right. You know, we're not exactly in an economic recession, but we're coming out within 4 years of a pandemic, and prices are flying every year at Villa. Season ticket prices have gone up every year of the last 3 years for Aston Villa. I just don't think it's right. I really don't, and I stand by what I say. £78 to watch Villa against Wolves, to watch them park 10, 11 men behind the ball. It's not just the Champions League, but that's the main point of discussion, is the fact that they've just gone insane. They're lucky Villa are so good on the field that you can sometimes ignore their decisions off the field. And I will end my discussion on that there. Corner to Ipswich. Hutchinson again is definitely been their best player, by the way. Cooking Villa down the right, getting a corner. Few minutes till half time at Portman Road. It is Ipswich 1, Villa 2. What place are Villa going to finish? I think the top 4 would be fantastic for Aston Villa. I would love that. But we'll see. Long way to go. Very difficult thing to do as well, because teams like Chelsea are doing a lot better now. We need the likes of like Man United once again to struggle, which could happen. Tottenham, we need teams like that. Tottenham have like 7 points, sorry, and they should have more than that based on how they played. They probably should have got a point against Arsenal. So like teams like that will get more points as the season goes. Cross comes in, and that's brilliant from Emi Martinez. Once again, not many keepers will go for that. It's a swirling, dangerous ball. And it's an absolute nightmare for keepers to deal with, but not for Emi Martinez. It's brilliant goalkeeping. User says, football fans get used and have to suffer. Football clubs do not care. 100%. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Joseph said Watkins and Rogers. Oh, replying to someone asked who scored for Villa. Well, thank you guys for saying in the comments. But what do you guys think so far of the game? If you've been watching, are you impressed? Are you watching as a neutral? Have you got any comments so far? I think Villa started this game not great, obviously conceding a goal. I think leaving Clark unmarked at the near post for a header, that also could have gone wrong. But I think overall, I think Villa have been all right. 7 out of 10. I won't go more than that. A 7 out of 10. Because the mistakes could have cost Villa tonight, but thankfully they didn't. 2 unbelievable saves from Martinez as well. I think defending has been not fantastic as well. I don't think you should have to rely on your goalkeeper as much as what we've done so far today. But Emmy has been absolutely brilliant. I think. Well, I'll say that he also made a mistake for their first goal, so I think he's partially making up for that. I don't think their first goal should go in, but I feel like Dillak probably should have scored his most recent opportunity. Martinez suspended 2 international games, says Jerome Villa. Oh yeah, for his antics against Colombia, wasn't it? Cashed out £250 profit. Had 3-1-2-1. I mean, fair enough, mate. If the cash out is that, I think it's sometimes worth just taking the money and going than risking it. Especially when Villa very easily could have been 2-2 here. I mean, if like I said, if it weren't for 2 unbelievable saves, it would have been. Max said, if we win this, do you think we could win against Liverpool? I don't know. Probably. I don't. That's a really tough one. That's a really tough question to ask, Thomas. It's a good one, but it's a really tough one because you've got the Liverpool side that were quite shite against Forest and lost, but then they took United apart. They recently won fairly. Well, I won't say they won fairly convincingly yesterday, but I think in their previous games they have been. They conceded a really silly goal to Wolves, but they still ended up, if you take into account that Salah missed a big chance and I think there was another sitter in that game that was missed. They had opportunities they didn't take, and they still won 2-1. I don't know if we'd beat them. I really don't. I think we'd have to be on our top game to beat a team like Liverpool right now. But we're playing well. But we gotta. If we were to beat them, we can't defend like this because we've defended terribly in this game. Ollie Watkins on the ball for Villa. The referee does try and play advantage, but Villa do waste that. I think we should have just took the free kick because Ollie lost the ball. Rogers is out there limping a little bit. Pearl says, who do you think will win in the Premier League? I think we'll win. I think that's a bold shout from Pearl, as they say. I still think we'll win the league. Wait, who do you support, Pearl? You don't support Villa, do you? Every time I watched Arsenal and Liverpool, I've not been convinced. And HD says currently joint top. I mean, we are, but it's still a long way to go, guys. Let's not get too insane. If it weren't for Emmy, we would have conceded to Ipswich Town. So let's another goal to Ipswich, I should say. So let's calm. Let's calm down. As football fans, sometimes we get caught up in the moment, like the good and bad of that. Like if we were losing this game, people would be saying that Villa are shite and overrated, and people be laughing at Unai Emery. We win this game, we go joint second, and people start saying, "Are Villa, like, do we have a chance to win the league and stuff like that?" And I think we should just calm down. In terms of both ways, just calm down. Things happen in football sometimes. It's 38 games a season. Sometimes things are really good, sometimes things are really bad. Right now, things are decent. Rogers is fouled on the halfway line, and Villa get a free kick, and a yellow card is brandished as well. To, I think, Morsey. Yeah, 32 games left. Yeah, exactly. So we just need to calm. Just need to calm down, you're a Man City fan. I see. Fair enough. I don't know. That's a good conversation to have, actually. I think the Rodri injury is massive. Genuinely. I think Arsenal, right? I know City fans are not the biggest fan of Arsenal right now, but they went to the Etihad, played haram football, drew 2-2, and injured Rodri. I think that's bigger than 3 points. In fact, I think the best case scenario, it would say Arsenal win but Rodri's fit, or like any other combination you think of. Arsenal with a draw and getting Rodri injured, feels way more than 3 points. I think City are in massive trouble. Massive trouble. I thought they were really poor against Newcastle in the second half. I think Newcastle very easily could have won that game. I know Newcastle will say they're good at home, but yeah, that's my take. That is half time as well. At Portman Road, it's Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2. Two wonderful goals, actually, in fairness, for two different reasons. It was a poor clearance from Greaves, went straight to Rodgers, who controlled the ball really well, rolled it to Ollie, who gave it back to him in a 1-2. And then as soon as he got the ball back, he thumped it across goal to make it 1-1. Then a wonderful cross from Bailey. He'd been very quiet, I would say, in this game. Still has been since the goal as well. But an absolute pinpoint cross from the right. Bear in mind, Ipswich had pretty much their entire team defending in the box. He managed to find Ollie Watkins in the middle of two defenders who planted his header in the back of Murich's net. And there has been chances for Ipswich since the goal. I don't think Villa have played very well, actually, in this game, in fairness, despite the fact we've been leading. Calvin Phillips' long shot was tipped round the post from Emmy. And then a one-on-one save denied as well. I think it was Delap who went through on goal. And the boot of Emi Martinez tipping the ball past the post. He's been very good. I think there's criticism for the fact he conceded the first goal kind of, it was straight at him, at his near post. He got a hand to it, should have kept it out. But since then, he's reacted really well. And full praise to Emi Martinez. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with this performance so far. I think Villa have done quite well. At least taking our chances. It's just defensively. I mean, Carlos hasn't been great. Carlos let Clark have a free header in front of goal and he put it over. Torres out of position for Leon Delap's chance. Yeah. But there are, like I said, the fact we're winning, there are positives. I feel like if we were playing like a worse team, I'll reword that. I think if we were playing a better team, I don't think we'd be winning this game. Why have we become so open this season? Missing Kamara, we can't keep conceding goals and chances. Well, I think we are open partially down to just silly mistakes. I think we do miss Kamara. He's still, arguably our best holding midfielder at the club. We missed him last season when he was injured and suspended. Why do we have to go a goal down in games to start playing? Like, okay, it works out, seemingly. It works out against Everton. It works out against Wolves, but we can't keep going 1-0 down in games because eventually we're not going to come back. Like, we're doing really well to come back in games. We're once again 1-0 down, we're 2-1 up. But we can't keep doing it, unfortunately. Torres having a poor one, and Onana needs to impose himself. Well, yeah, Torres has just been a bit all over the place today. Him and Diego Carlos, I don't think have played very well at all. And if it weren't for big misses from Clark and Delap, we wouldn't be winning this game. So we need to count ourselves a tad lucky, I think. Just reading some comments as well, guys. Let me know what you think. Give me your predictions for full time if you want, or just let me know what you think about the game. I think I am content, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned because we could very easily lose this game. If we start the second half like we did the first half, I think we'll be in some serious trouble. I reckon they should be quite positive going into half time Ipswich because I think they've played quite well. Another day they'd be winning this game. So the fact we're winning is great, but it very easily could be the other way. Right, so I'm seeing some halftime comments. Also, Villa put a post saying Debu with a double save. He's been world class. So poor defensively, 15 likes. Great performance by the best English player in the Premier League, Watkins. I mean, he has had one chance, scored one goal, so I'll give him that. But yeah, that's calm. I say 3-1, Duran to grab the winning goal. I mean, that would be great. I just don't see. We need to help. We need to help Emmy more, man. We can't be this paper in midfield. They're pouring through us at times. I'll see what some of their fans think as well. Fake says Emmy playing class. Matthew says we missed Dougie. I think we have missed Dougie a little bit. Sometimes games like this show it. Class save against Phillips. It won't. Yeah, that save against Phillips was brilliant. I think the Delap one's slightly better because Delap was in on goal and he managed to spread his legs and tip it round the post. Stuart Atwell's wank. Yeah, I mean it's referees. I don't think there's a single referee in the league that's good. Ipswich fans, what they're saying. You looked all right in the attack. Phillips has been class. If we could defend, we'd be better than City. Strong second half needed. Get Clark off, he doesn't track. I wonder what they were saying on the Villa second goal. They posted Ollie Watkins heads Villa in front. What are we doing in our defence? Unfortunately, X is terrible in terms of comments these days, but it is what it is. Graham, yeah, ref is shocking. I mean, he is, but again, you just gotta expect it. Unfortunately, you just gotta expect it. Yeah. Mental. There are people trying to blame Emmy rather than focusing on the way we defend. So poor. We can't continue like this. If we are to progress, says Unai. It's getting worse by the week. Well, I'd see. You say this, but we are joint second in the Premier League. So it's. I don't know. It feels like there are things to complain about, but there are more things to be happy about than things to complain about. Because even Liverpool will find things to complain about in their team, right? And every team will have something. I just think we're naive sometimes defensively. I think sometimes there's no footballing IQ when we play out from the back. That's when Carlos gives the ball away very silly against Wolves, and there's no reason for Pau Torres to be out of position for the counter attack with Delap. Like it's just that's very silly, simple things, very silly, simple things. I don't have Watkins in my FPL, believe it or not. I have Rodgers, and Rodgers scored today, but I don't have Ollie. My attack is João Pedro, Haaland, and Dom Solanke. That's my attack. Yeah, Kane's injured for the Villa game. Yeah, huge injury. I don't want to celebrate injuries, but that is massive. Agree. A dark arts ref, says Neville. And come on, you Lions from Morocco, 4-1 Villa. Well, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Beanie says, come on, Ipswich. They're playing well. I'll give you credit, mate. Ipswich are playing well. But you can really tell they are a championship team with the finishing. With the finishing they have put on display, you can really tell. And ain't on this. I mean, there has been goals for both teams, so it can't be 4-0. Looking into this evening, tonight, whenever they play. When do they play? Spurs, anyway. Spurs play Man United. So I'm going to have a quick couple of minutes on that while I talk about it. Huge game for both teams. I think United are, at this point, I think they need to win that. There's a lot of pressure, I think, right now on Erik ten Hag. I thought they were shite, really, in the second half against Palace. Bruno Fernandes has been abysmal. Guys, give me your predictions for that. Man United against Tottenham. I want to see predictions for that. Because I think this is a really tough one to predict. Tottenham are playing well. You got to look beyond results, I think, for Tottenham. Because they actually are playing quite well in their games. But United, I don't know. 3-1 Spurs, says Sean. 2-1 United. 2-0 United, and you're a United fan. 2-2. Neville says that. I think it's going to be close. Bruno has to step up. Bruno Fernandes has to step up in that game. If Bruno doesn't step up, they are in severe trouble. Because he won't get dropped and he doesn't get subbed, so he has to carry that team. For whatever reason, Erik ten Hag never takes him off. United at home used to be quite formidable. I still think there's a little bit of that now. They still hold records like any game that they've been... Is it any game they've been winning at half-time, they've never lost? Something like that. They've got like some weird record, like still to this day. But there's still something about Old Trafford that is hard for teams to go to, no matter who's in charge or what. And yeah, I think Spurs will have to do very well to win that. But To me, I think it's a draw. I think it's a very obvious 1-1, which doesn't help United in any way, in fairness. Could be 2-2 this game. We're always shaky when taking an early lead, and Emmy has been sensational to Jamie. I agree. How do you think AMA is playing? Or Amadou? Amadou Onana? Or I don't know who you mean by that. Defense a bit ropey. Yeah, I mean Carlos and Pau have not been great, have they? Pearl says Darren Bond is a really good referee. 2-1 Spurs. I mean, I would be there for the Goldbridge meltdown. Would be great. I will be there for that. I will be there, guys. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. We've got 1.8k likes. If we get to 2,000 likes on this live stream on TikTok, that'd be fantastic. Any support like that will be appreciated. Like I said, you can also watch it on YouTube. We've got overlays such as stats on screen. And from what I can read on my own screen, 1.12 XG for Ipswich to Villa's 1.09, 64% possession. If you want all the stats, all the good ones, go over to the channel, watch it on there. Hear the commentary on Sky after Torres slap on the head. I didn't actually see it. No, I didn't hear it. Is that when Torres went down in the box and hit? I think there was very little on it. In all fairness, from the angle we got, which admittedly was far away, it didn't seem like a great deal. In fairness, it didn't seem like there was a lot in it. But players will always go down. I mean, it's what you're kind of taught to do. So I don't blame him for doing so. I just don't think, I don't think a referee is going to give anything for that, whatever. Graham says great results, but why play wipers that won't cross a ball? I think you mean wingers maybe. Wingers won't cross a ball. Too much of this in the game from a fan. Well, we put one cross in and led to a goal for Ollie. I think on the attack we've been all right. It's just defensively is the issue. I think Villa need an experienced centre back, says Charlie. I mean, I think there's a case for Tyrone Mings when he eventually is fully fit back from injury. It's coming close to that now. I mean, my next question to both my chats would be, would you start Tyrone Mings or would you try and get him back in the team? Because I think with Carlos, I probably would back Mings over Carlos, maybe. The issue is both Mings and Pau Torres are left-footed centre-backs, so that is an issue. But I don't know. I think Tyrone Mings is in the question at the very least. Dean says Chelsea will come good this season. We'll see. I mean, they're playing well so far, and when you got Cole Palmer, kind of makes it a bit easier. That man is far too good. Genuinely, for what Chelsea are now, I mean this in the least amount of disrespect as possible, but he's far too good for Chelsea as of right now, and probably should look at the Real Madrids of the world. In fairness, we are seeing the coaches of Tottenham appear at the United game. Ange Postecoglou. I can't believe there was questions of there are still questions of Ange at Spurs. I think it's crazy. I think he's got them playing nice football. I think it's the results they've got. It's individual errors that have let them down. I think maybe their corner defending isn't fantastic at times, but I don't know. I like the way they play. I think they play good football. Do I ever mention the European Cup? Every stream. Look, if you're one of those who are like, oh, I hate when Villa mention it, don't be here for Villa against Bayern Munich this week because it will get mentioned a few times. Especially, say we get battered, and I'm like, well, we might be losing to Bayern, but who won the important game in '82, eh? Let's pray Watkins gets another for sake of my FPL, eh? Says Expression Season. And it's going to be a draw, lads. Can't lie. I mean, if we defend the way we had been in this game, then we probably will draw this game. But I think, we need to. I think Unai will drill the instructions into the players for the second half. Defending has been shy. Only a few minutes away now. It's like I said, it's still half time, but we're towards the end of half time now. Vicious Beta says, are we a bit short on midfielders? Are both of those two? Yeah, so Samuel Illen Jr. is online. He actually went and scored, I think. in his first game on loan. And Berentia also, I believe, has gone out. Seeing these chances again, by the way, goodness me. How we've not conceded another goal, I don't know. Emmy's incredible. Emmy's absolutely incredible. Your FPL is cooked. Defending terrible today at the Villa. Players coming back onto the pitch. Ollie Watkins getting some very late instructions, it seems. The Villa players are still in the tunnel as they're waiting to go. Oh yeah, Dean, 100%. If Olsen's in goal, we concede those. We concede both. 100%. 100%. Although I'll give Olsen that one game away at Brighton, he was brilliant. Olsen was absolutely brilliant away at Brighton. We got beat 1-0, but he was our man of the match. He even saved the penalty in that game, and yeah, we still lost. He was like the only game I've ever seen Olsen play for Villa where he's been very good. And like before and since, he hasn't been fantastic. Olsen and oh my god, Nyland, Jesus, we've had some bad keepers over the years. You go beyond that. Do you remember Galini? Galini had multiple, not even just one, multiple instances of booting the ball against an opposition player and it goes into the net. How does that happen more than one occasion? It is crazy to me. But it happened on multiple occasions. Unreal. We're about to be underway for the second half. Come on, Villa. Come on, boys. Let's get these 3 points. Please play better in the second half. We've got to ignore the scoreline. We have to play better in the second half because goodness me, that first half defensively was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Guys, double tap the screen and I'm both live on YouTube and TikTok. AJS TV. Feel free to go and watch on whatever platform you feel like. And if you haven't, please do consider following. You know, there's not many Villa accounts on TikTok. Maybe I could become the first Villa account you follow on here, you know? And I think I'm quite unbiased. I think I've been fairly unbiased today. I've given the flowers to Ipswich. I think they've played quite well. So I'd like to say I'm a fair person on these streams. We are underway. Come on, Villa. Cons are back to Carlos. Come on, let's start the second half. Well, I beg. I beg. Torres forward to Ramsey. Villa trying to play on the front foot straight away. Ramsey with 2 players on him. Finds a 1-2. That's brilliant already. Ramsey squares to Rodgers inside the box. First touch was really poor though. And Ipswich get the ball and actually get a free kick in the process as well with a foul from Tielemans. Oh. And Ogbene moaning at the referee, but it's going to be a yellow card for a Villa man. Digne with a booking. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Ramsey does so well to get the ball into Rodgers, and then Rodgers is silly. And then Digne kicks the ball away. That's where he gets a booking for. It's a really silly yellow to get. It's a really, really silly yellow to get for Digne. I mean, we've seen, you know, Trossard get sent off for something similar with a double yellow, and I don't know. I feel like it's unnecessary. We've still got 45 minutes to go in this game. If you're gonna do this shit, do it like 5 minutes to go. It's just not right now. A fullback on a yellow, I think, is terrifying. We have scored the most second half goals this season. Only Chelsea are 1 behind Villa and Newcastle have 2 behind. So the fact we scored 7 after half time is crazy. Do I think Duran will score? Possibly off the bench. I think there's always a chance. Never bet against Duran is what I've learned. Dean says nice pumpkin. I do remember Twanzemi. I do. Pretty sure Curtis Davis still plays football. Don't know about that. You're a true footy fan, 100%. Oh, thank you, Vicious. I do love this club. Through the highs and the lows, there's been a lot of lows over the years, I tell you. A lot of lows. Long ball towards Watkins. Headed away. Collected by Davis. Ball forward. Cleared by Pau Torres. Here's Digne. Combines with Ramsey. He's actually dropped really short to get that ball. Long ball towards Bailey. Again, it's collected by Greaves. Trying to play a little bit more direct, and I don't mind that. The referee waves away a foul on Digne, but Villa get possession back. As soon as we give the ball to Ipswich, they give it straight back to us. Is Sammy Smodics playing? No, he's not. And I actually really rate Smodics. I think he's a top player. Since his Colchester United days, I've had my eyes on Sammy Smodics, and he was brilliant for Blackburn Rovers. And he's on the bench for Ipswich today. But with Delap scoring goals, it's going to be hard to keep him out of the team. So it's they're having a very similar problem to Villa in a way. Two players competing for one spot. Ooh. Ipswich play very well around Villa's press. It's Morsey. 49 minutes gone here. It is 2-1 to Aston Villa. Goal scorers Watkins, Rogers, and Delap, all attacking players down the middle, have all scored the goals tonight. That's a great header forward. Oh no. It's Clark dancing, shooting. Onana barely gets enough on that. Konza clears the ball away. We don't know what to do. As soon as someone like Clark's on the ball, we seem to just back off him a little bit too much. Give him a bit too much respect. It's Delap. Carlos. Oh, that's class from Carlos, in fairness. I'll give my criticism to Carlos when it's due, but he's done really well there to come across and cover the space. Really well played from Diego Carlos. Top defender. Would you believe Villa have a poor record against Stoke? I know. I think I've been to 3 Villa Stoke games over the years. I don't think I've seen us win a single one of them. I went to Tim Sherwood's first ever Villa game back in the day against Stoke, and we got beat 2-1 with a late minute. I think it was a last minute penalty. So, mate, I've seen a lot of shite. I think I've seen 0-0s most commonly. I think I've seen 2 0-0s. So fun. Love seeing Stoke. Real said last time you played each other was in the Championship. One is now in the Champions League. Crazy, isn't it? I did go to a Villa Ipswich game a few years ago. I think it was. Ooh, someone scored a screamer for Ipswich that day. I want to say it was Freddie Sears. Hit a missile in the top corner from miles out. We still won that game. Tammy Abraham was cooking, but yeah, one of their players scored an absolute rocket. I was behind the goal for that. And I just remember thinking, bloody hell, that's a hit and a half. It's 2-1 or 3-1 on the day, but yeah, I still remember that goal. Is Onana. Ollie Watkins into Rogers. And Rogers again, I don't know, he loses the ball a bit silly there, but that's fantastic for Onana. Lovely side tackle, pokes the ball, gets up. And that's just a really nice controlled bit of midfield play from Amadou Onana. Very good. With 40 minutes to play here. Ipswich 1, Aston Villa 2. Here comes Watkins. Gets a 1-2 with Ramsey. Pokes it towards Rogers. Really good defending from Davis once again. And Ollie going down, wanting a free kick for Villa. Doesn't get one. Goodness me. Tyler says, I need Villa to win 20 quid to return 60. You could just cash out. Wouldn't be a Villa game without conceding. That is true, Alfie. Tell Watkins to score again. He's my captain on FPL. And the score is 2-1 to Aston Villa, mate. Yeah. I will say, I'll give you credit, because a lot of people took out Ollie before the Everton game. And since then, he scored 2 against Everton, 1 against Wolves, and 1 today. So, yeah. All I say is I keep FPL as simple as possible. I captain Haaland like 99% of the time. It's as simple as that. I always do it because like the time I don't, Haaland gets 2 or 3 goals. And Clement, you can do whatever you want. Ty says 60 goes hard. Fair enough. Poor pass from Phillips. Tielemans into Onana. I don't think Tielemans has been as good today. Tielemans has been brilliant all season. I don't think he's been that impressive. Bailey, again, Bailey just giving the ball away silly there. He slips as he gets the ball. This has just been really off, I think. today. Even though we're winning, it doesn't feel like a typical Villa performance today. We've had to rely on Emmy. The defense has been all over the place. Midfield has been a bit paper thin at times. I think it's just been a really off performance. You have to look beyond the result sometimes. I mean, you never know. They might get something. Clark gets a cross in, hits Carlos, and they get a corner, Ipswich. Yeah, I am concerned. Again, it's a direct ball that Villa don't deal with. Konza goes out to meet it, doesn't get there. Carlos has to cover his space. Does well, though, Diego Carlos, to do that, in all fairness. Corner to Ipswich Town. Goodness me. Guys, join my Discord. Use that link. Feel free. It's a football Discord. The idea initially was for Villa fans, but I've got so many supporters from different clubs in there. So if you want to join the Discord, use that link. Feel free to do it. Free kick to Aston Villa, deep inside the half. Vicious Beta says Durant to Chelsea, Palmer to City, Grealish to Villa. If you could stick a tenner on that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Palmer would go back to City. I think he'd be quite silly actually to go back to City right now, considering what they did to him. Although I actually think he's better than Foden. I will stand by that. I don't care what anybody says. My controversial take is Palmer's a better player than Foden. I wonder if many people agree with that. I think it's easy to agree with that when Palmer scores 4 goals against Brighton, but I think Palmer offers way more to both his club and national team. I think Foden really struggles with England. It's not just a Southgate thing. He's played like nearly 40 games for England and has barely scored any goals. Ollie said, I don't think it's controversial. I agree with that. I don't like Foden. You say that, but like Foden won Player of the Year last year, and I got stick for saying I don't think Foden should have won Player of the Year. I got stick for that. I said Player of the Year should have been Palmer, and I think the opinion was a bit more 50-50 back then. But I think with how Palmer started this season as well, compared to how he played minimal games for England in the Euros, but was also brilliant in that time too. I think the opinion is slightly a bit more Palmer veered now, but for a long time, I was on this train. I think Foden is a little bit more of a system player. I think he's brilliant in that system, but it does show why he's so good with Pep, but so mediocre without him, Where I think Palmer, doesn't matter what manager is with him, he's brilliant. Chelsea have had a few. And Palmer just seems to be brilliant no matter what. No matter what you want him to do, he's good. And I think I value that more. Bruno or Odegaard? Probably Odegaard. I think Odegaard he's been under the radar a little bit, hasn't he? In a way. I know that might sound silly, but Odegaard doesn't get the plaudits the same way Saka does or, some other Arsenal players. But Odegaard, I think, is brilliant. Bruno Fernandes is United's best player. I do think that, but he does down tools a little bit. Like when the going gets tough, I don't think it. If you're in a game, right, and you're 1-0 down at home, and you had to choose to bring on Bruno or bring on Odegaard to save the game, you bring on Odegaard. I don't think Bruno's the type of player in this scenario that you choose ahead of Odegaard, and that's when I say I think Odegaard's a better player. Because I've seen Odegaard carry Arsenal to get to results from losing positions, and he's done it multiple times. I think he's a top player. I think Arsenal missed him when he's been out. You really see the gap in their midfield. But these are just opinions. People will disagree. Some people will disagree with everything I've said, and they'll say Foden's better than Palmer and Bruno's better than Odegaard. But I have my opinions, and you can have yours. And Haaland is better than Ollie. I love Ollie. I always will. But come on, Haaland is the best poacher probably ever. Haaland is literally the textbook poacher. His movement is unreal. The fact he could get better is scary. Like, genuinely. I think we could be seeing, definitely a future Ballon d'Or winner by, I mean, that's not even a debate to me. He will win a Ballon d'Or in his career, I think. His goal record is terrifying. Palmer, one of the best players in England and the world. And what do you think about Xerxes? Look, it's early on into someone's career, right? And these questions are good. I do like them, but I think Xerxes has struggled so far for United. But it took Højlund how many games to get his first goal? So I don't know. I think it's early. It's early on to say, but I think Xerxes hasn't lit the world on fire, has he? Got a goal in his debut, and I thought that might like boost him and kick off his United career, and it hasn't really. Yeah, Haaland he did get no service. Yeah, he did get no service away at Newcastle. I think that's what I mean. I think City were awful in that game. You would agree with me, right? I thought City, especially in the second half against Newcastle, were really poor. I don't think that's a controversial take at all. As well, I think Newcastle would definitely. If you were to pick a team to win that game in the second half, you would say Newcastle, 100%. Morsey shoots wide for Ipswich, and an hour gone. It is Ipswich 1, Villa 2. Rasmus is nearly back though. He's on the bench versus Spurs. Well, I think they need him. To be honest. Man United feels like a youth squad. Kobe Mainoo, Garnacho, Ahmed Diallo. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Now we're gone here. Like I said, it's 2-1 Villa. Very little's happened in the second half, in fairness, which is why I've been talking about other topics. Because it's just kind of been played in the middle of the park for most of it. Pearl said we had 19 crosses and 2 of them were accurate. I mean, what's Haaland supposed to do with that? Like, realistically, what is Haaland supposed to do with that? It's really poor distribution into him. Oh, that's lovely from Rodgers. That's absolutely lovely. It's a really good interception, though, from Twanzebe. Rodgers does get it back. He's so nice to watch on the ball, I tell you. Good ball into Konza as well. Konza into Bailey down the right for Villa. Konza has Onana short. Instead goes backwards towards Carlos. And again, it's that slow precision passing from Villa. We're trying to pick our way through. Ramsey now towards the left-hand side into Digne. Fred says, I don't wish... Rasmus is nearly back there on the bench versus Spurs. I don't wish injury on him. Are you on about Rasmus Højlund or Xerxes, or who are you on about? Or even Rodri, because I was talking about City, in fairness. I'll never celebrate a player getting injured, but I do think Rodri getting injured for City at least makes the Premier League more exciting. And it's really sad to have to say that, but it does, because City just walk away with the league every year, and Rodri being out, Rodri's their best player. In all fairness, Rodri should win the Ballon d'Or. You could argue we should have won it when City won the treble, right? But defensive midfielders never get the praise that they should, right? That's why defenders never really win the Ballon d'Or either, same with goalkeepers. But Rodri, if we are being realistic, should win the Ballon d'Or. Well, he should have won it when they won the treble. Lewandowski also got robbed a few years ago as well. Some players just get robbed. I think the Ballon d'Or, the fact Jude Bellingham could win it is just baffling to me, genuinely. I'm not just saying that because he used to play for Blues, but his PR is incredible. If he's considered to be a potential winner, his PR is absolutely unbelievable. Where do I get my scoreboards from? Some are me. The timer is from a website, but everything else is me. But it's a good question, pal. Bellingham will win it, but Rodri does that. Exactly. Bellingham should never win Ballon d'Or. He's a good player, Bellingham. He's a good player. I'll admit it. He's a good player. I think he has his moments, especially with England. He kept England in the whole tournament with the bicycle kick. He has his moments, right? But he's not he shouldn't win the Ballon d'Or, man. For God's sake. Even on his own team, Vinny probably has more chance of winning that, but even he probably shouldn't win it because he didn't perform for Brazil in the Copa America. So to me, it should be Rodri. And I'm not to waffle on about the same thing, but I'll stop my rant there. Duran is preparing to come on for Aston Villa, by the way. So for all my Duran lovers out there, TV on. Medford said at least Jude is now a Villa fan with him, Ollie and Konza. I saw him take photos and stuff with Jude and with Konza and Ollie, which I thought was funny. Jamie said, "What more can Haaland do to win the Ballon d'Or?" I mean, now he does score a lot of goals, but I don't think poachers have ever. Poachers are not notorious for winning Ballon d'Or. In fairness, it's usually like easy on the eye technical players. Poachers never do it. Morgan Rogers is coming off Villa. I think Villa played 2 up front, guys. That's crazy. Leon Bailey and Morgan Rogers are off. Duran and Philogene are coming on. So we actually are going 2 up front, despite being 2-1 up. Which is interesting, to say the least. Messi, Ronaldo. I love this question, and I answer it the same way every time. Messi's a better player. Ronaldo's just more entertaining. It's that simple. Ronaldo, I would much rather watch Ronaldo because he's more entertaining, but Messi's a better player. And that answer upsets kind of everyone. But like Ronaldo is just cinema. I love him. His ego, his attitude. He's a funny player. He's a funny guy. Obviously, Messi is the best player, right? The best player of all time. But you can't, like, everything about Ronaldo is just funny. I love him. I absolutely love him. And I don't think I ever won't. Yeah, that's why I love that question, because it pisses off everyone. Hutchinson back towards Calvin Phillips, gets it back. Copy says, get in, come on, Duran. And my name's Daniel says, John Duran. Palmer, I did answer this question a while ago, but Cole Palmer, I would take over Foden, 100%. Cole Palmer is just a more complete player, which is why City are very silly for letting go. What a ball that is. Villa on the attack. Digne with Duran in the box. Philogene on the right. But we slow the ball down. I think he could have tried to rush across in there. I'd have risked that. There's only one man on Duran. Onana back towards Carlos. Konza now next to him. Villa go from left to right again. Philogene. That's a foul. And that is a free kick to Aston Villa. Well done. Well done, Philogene. Well, you can't not rate Real Madrid, can you? And Garnacho, I'd say over Harvey Elliott, yeah. I know the Liverpool fans won't like that. But I think Alejandro Garnacho, his ceiling is so high. Genuinely. I think Garnacho's ceiling is unbelievable. Like, he could be an unreal player. I feel like he needs time to, like, develop his career, and I don't know if United is the perfect place for him. That's the only thing with Garnacho. You know, like, I feel like some clubs are just better at, help nurturing players. I don't think United is like the best place to nurture footballers at that age to really like properly get him going. At least in like the modern era. Like you look at like Barcelona. I mean, they did recently drop points in La Liga, I think, but they've done well with Lamine Yamal, Endrick at Real Madrid. I mean, there's some clubs just like I said, they nurture their players, but I don't think United do. The fact Garnacho doesn't start games is just sad, I think. I'm not going to go through my whole Dream Villa lineup, but it's close to what it is now. And using the squad that we have right now, I would play Watkins ahead of Duran, and I would play Rodgers in the team, and I would play Ramsey, and all three have started today. Tielemans has been our best player, so he has to start games, and he is. Onana's been fantastic. I can't really complain, to be honest. Long ball, it's route one towards Philogene, and Philogene battling with Davis. I'm surprised the referee doesn't give a foul, because Philogene pushes Davis a little bit there. Delap does really well, actually, to get that ball from Davis, cushion it down, and and recycle possession for Ipswich. Morsey down the right with Tuan Zebi. Fred says, Garnacho starting today, I'm happy. Cole Palmer, Duran. I love Duran, but Palmer's just unreal. Some of those questions are silly. What do I think about Rico Lewis? I think, again, he's someone with a high ceiling. It's a little bit similar to City. I feel like he might need to leave City, potentially, because like Kyle Walker starts every game. And maybe when Kyle Walker leaves City, Rico Lewis will actually eventually then start more games. But I feel like Rico Lewis now is better than Kyle Walker. Walker's like, he's almost like a detriment sometimes to City. It's like playing with 10 men at times. So I feel like they're kind of denting his career a little bit now. But if they just sack off Walker, Walker should have gone last year. Walker should have gone last year. But Lewis should start every game, is what I'm trying to say. Walker is 33, but City love him though. City love him, LD. They play him every game. This is what I mean. He's been shite for 2 years, and they play him every game. So Rico Lewis, he just needs to be a bit more patient, but I feel like for his career, probably should be more patient, right? But City are very silly, I think, to still start Walker now is unreal. And they start him every game. How do you think Rico Lewis feels? You say he's getting loads of minutes, he's not. He's really not. And I can do a deep dive into his minutes he's getting right now. I don't think he's getting as much as you think. He should, no matter what it is, it should be more. Alright, Rico Lewis. He played, right, so we go back here. He should be playing at right back for a start, but he's not. And that's just sad. So when he does play, it's not in his position. For Man City against Chelsea. He's playing in DM. I'm on about him playing at right back. Because, he can play other positions, but he should play his own position. Because, he did play against Newcastle. He played most of the game and then got took off. But he's had, substitute appearances against Brentford. And, again, it's not in his position, which is what I'm trying to say. He's accommodating for some reason. It's what I don't understand. He played left back against Watford, not right back. He'd rather play Walker right back. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, he's getting loads of minutes for an 18-year-old in the Premier League. He's also better. I don't think he's a better player in midfield. I don't agree with that. He's a good player. He's a good player. And look, he is getting a lot of minutes, but he's not. I needed to reiterate my point a little bit better. He's not getting the minutes he deserves to get in the position he's best at, is what I should have said. He's getting minutes playing in defensive midfield. He's getting minutes playing, he's playing left back against Watford, not right back. He's playing although it's being used as a utility player, which is insane as an 18-year-old to be used as that. Which really does show his ceiling, again. But it's not his position. I feel like when Kyle Walker eventually leaves City, you'll see what I mean. Connor Bradley, I believe so, and he played right back against Forest and weren't very good. Medford says stop giving Pep ideas. Pep's great, but he overthinks things sometimes, I think. Oh, dear. Here comes Delap down the left. Step over. Goal, for fuck's sake. 2-2. Delap has cut Villa apart down the left-hand side. Cons are out of position. A couple step overs, and, yeah. I could kind of see this coming. We didn't play, like I said, we didn't play very well in the first half, and we were very fortunate to go ahead in the game and stay ahead. But it's just Cons are out of position. Carlos keeps Delap onside, by the way. That's poor. That's so poor. It's really good from Delap, in fairness, because he's all on his own. He has to do everything on his own. Cuts inside. Oh, Carlos is just sent to next Tuesday. With one step over, Carlos is literally sent. And Delap scores. This is what I mean. Carlos is shit. Carlos is actually shit, man. What? Honestly. One time Thai Cup is my bet you're going to bottle. Yes, Flapcat says, I see some things are just same old Villa. Here come Villa at the other end with Ramsey. Ramsey! Just over. Ah, that would have been a really nice dagger at the other end. Yeah, we've spent the last few minutes talking about a right back, and then my right back goes walkabout. You know what? I'd take Walker right now. Criticise Walker. At least Walker would be in his position. Well, I don't know about that, but Walker would probably defend that better. Carlos has to cover Konza's space because Konza's out of position. And then Carlos gets sent by one step over. And Delap scored. Can't make it that easy. You just cannot make it that easy. Greaves absolutely snapped into Duran, by the way. I've just seen the replay on that. That should be a yellow card. I hope he's given a booking for that. The referee rightfully played advantage as Ramsey tried to cut. So he did go back and give him a yellow, fair enough. Tottenham, Thomas said, do you agree? Tottenham winning against United? I think it would be a draw. Tottenham are very good. But United at home are just like, no matter who's in charge, it could be Ollie, it could be Ralph Rangnick. They're usually very good at home. Usually very good at home. I'm going to read some comments on Twitter about the equaliser. I better be seeing people rinse Diego Carlos for that. Because that is shite. As a Premier League defender, you can't be done by step overs like that. He nearly was sent flying. He nearly fell. He nearly fell on his ass. Also, the referee has been shite, in fairness. Yeah, Diego Carlos might be the worst centre back I've seen. He's so bad. He's so bad. I don't want to dig out my own defender, but goodness me, Carlos is bad. We spent 25 Great British pounds. 25, even that would have been a disgrace, but 25 million Great British pounds on Diego Carlos. Goodness me. Beating Ipswich away is for anyone reverse jinx. No Son for Spurs. Actually, I was going to have a look at the Tottenham lineup. Guys, double tap the screen. If you haven't already, please do like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch it on there if you like. Do all that good stuff. Follow the account, you know. Not many Villa fans on TikTok. They do videos, so maybe follow one today. Right, we'll look up the lineup for the United game. So we've already had a little bit of news with the fact that Garnacho is starting. Someone said that earlier in chat. All right, we've got Vicario in goal, Udogie, Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Madison, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Werner, Solanke, Brennan Johnson. United have Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Kobe Mainu and Agate. Garnacho is starting. Bruno in the middle, Rashford on the left, Xerxes up front. And on the bench is Højlund, Mason Mount, Ericsson, Casemiro, Diallo, Anthony. They've got, I think it's a decent lineup for United. I think they just need Højlund back. I think they just really badly need Højlund back. Okay, so this is what I mean, right? I saw comments like this earlier, and the reverse, right? Is people need to calm down. It's one game, and it's a defender who's been shit. When Villa are winning, people are saying, "Oh, Villa gonna fight for the title," and as soon as Villa are not winning anymore, I've got a comment saying, "Villa gonna get 10th. They overperform." Lads, it's one game, and we're not losing yet. And Cole said Villa ain't looking too good this season. We would have been joint second with a win today. Calm down. Lads need a calm, man. This referee is shite, by the way. This referee is an absolute disgrace. Hutchinson lashes one over. I'm not doing a stream for United. No, I might do in the future some non-Villa, but as of right now, I'm only doing Villa. Duran, do your late goal magic, says Medford. Time for a magical number. I love how everyone's on the same, the same wavelength. Come on, Duran. Save Villa. It's Ipswich 2, Aston Villa 2. In this game, long ball towards Duran. Good header away by. I forgot his name actually. It's the guy who gave us the equaliser. It's Greaves. It was a poor pass from Greaves that led to Rogers' goal, but he did well with the header then. I don't think Villa overperformed. I think Villa performed the way. I mean, we overperformed in terms of expectation, but I think we did very well that year, and we've started this year very well as well. I mean, Ipswich have drawn their last 3 games on the trot, and it's just been an individual errors from Diego Carlos and Emi Martinez. Mega good point, but Newcastle have been awful this season and would have been top last week with a win. That's because Newcastle have a great squad. They've been playing poorly. But they've had a great, their squad is just unreal. They have, I don't think people actually deep the fact they have Tonali in midfield. The Tonali. Like, they've got Isak, who's unreal. They've got unbelievable players. So they can have an off day and still get a point, still get 3 points, because their squad is insane. A little bit like Villa, like we can have a bad day, still not lose because we have unbelievable players, but we also have Diego Carlos, who's a load of shit. Long throw from Digne, headed away by Hutchinson. I think we're going to get this back again. Digne keeps in play, tries to win a corner. Hutchinson only half clears it as far as Konza, edge of the box. Konza to Pau Torres. Ball towards Duran. Header away, though. Crossing from Villa has been quite poor. Other than the equaliser. Not equaliser, sorry. Other than Watkins' goal, it's been poor. And here comes Clark on the break. Villa pushed far too many players forward. Because, goodness me, we could easily lose this game. Every time they thump the ball forward, it's like a 2-on-2. And it's a substitute, Wes Burns, who had a huge chance for Ipswich then and a really good block to deny an Ipswich third goal. Oh, that's fantastic defending from Pau Torres. Ty, we nearly made it. They nearly made it 3 to Ipswich there, so I don't know about that, pal. Yeah, Ramsey's not been fantastic today, in fairness. He's not been great. Haaland's not injured, I don't think. He played the whole game against Newcastle. Corner to Ipswich Town. 10 minutes to go here. Defensively, we've been shite, man. Duran with a header away at the near post. They do really well. They keep like 10, 11 men behind the ball, but as soon as they get the ball, those wide players storm forward with pace. And Villa really struggled to stop Ipswich on the counter-attack. It's happened multiple times in this game. Is Muric on the ball for Ipswich? And it's not been all Ipswich. In fact, for most of the second half, I'd say Villa have had a lot of the ball, but yeah, we're actually preparing 3 subs as well. Barkley, Buendia, and Matson are all waiting to come on here. But the ball obviously does have to go out of play. Is Tielemans. That's brilliant. Duran into Ramsey. Villa on the attack. Ramsey nearly slips over then. Oh, that's such a shame. That could have been a counter attack for Villa then, but Ramsey slipped. Tielemans into Onana. Out wide to Digne. A lot of their threat has come down Konza's side. A player also goes down. Free kick to Villa. Edge of the box is given. I mean, the referee really waited a long time to give that. And the fans complain. But Villa do get a free kick here. I mean, he does go right through the back of Duran. So the fact he wasn't even going to give that is outrageous. Taylor literally swings through the back of Duran there. It's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. And the 3 subs are ready to come on. Emi Buendia, Ross Barkley, Ian Matson. Come on, Villa. We have 8 minutes plus injury time. Well, 7 minutes now to grab a winner. Barkley's pointing at Buendia. Buendia actually might take the free kick. His first touch of the ball might be a free kick. As a football fan, I'm scared for my club to go against Ipswich. How good they're playing. They're very good at home. And we're just, we're a bit shite at the back. I think Carlos has had an absolutely abysmal game at the back for Villa. Ollie Watkins is off, which I'm really surprised about, to be honest. We're going to play Duran on his own. Digne, I don't think is too happy about being substituted. But Matson is now on. So Duran is the forward, and I think Buendia is the shadow striker behind. And it's actually going to be Emi Buendia. He hasn't even touched the ball yet. And Buendia's first strike of the ball will be a free kick. This is unbelievable. Telling me Maidstone can beat Ipswich and Villa can't. There's levels to this game. It's funny. Can you score, please? Says Luxer. Well, you're asking Emi Buendia right now. Emi Buendia will have a free kick right on the edge of the box. Literally almost kissing the line. Come on, Emi. Come on, Emi. It's taking so long to get this free kick ready. I don't think he'll score this. I don't think he'll even come close because he's just come on. Surely he's not warmed up. His first strike of the ball won't be a goal, right? It's a dangerous position for one though. The longer this goes on, are we finally going to go? The referee has whistled. It is Emi Buendia. It's going to be right-footed. Buendia. It's over the bar. And that just ballooned. Dear Lord. I told you, you don't usually, when a player comes on, they don't usually, pick out the corner of the net within their first shot, in fairness. That's why I probably wouldn't have actually given it to Emi Buendia there. But his free kick does go over. Ty, you should have cashed out, you bozo. I said cash out. Villa defensively weren't great. I said this at 2-1. We were very lucky to be 2-1 ahead because of the mistakes we made defensively. Is Davis keeps it in play actually against Matson. Gets a corner off Matson as well. Stanley said, I felt like we would bottle this, hope he scores. And it did go over, unfortunately, Stanley, but we still have time. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, Benjamin's nailed it on there. He said way too close in to score. It's one of those where you want it a little bit further, a tiny bit further away, so the ball has a chance to dip just before the crossbar. At that close, you just kind of have to blast it, in my opinion. But it's also just awkward. Corner comes in, header away by John Duran. Back to the corner taker, Clark. Finds Davis, edge of the box here. Mersey now goes to the other side. Oh, that's a poor mistake. Villa could be on the attack, but they've just about recovered Ipswich. It could have been a 3-on-2 there, but a tiny toe on a pass has stopped Villa's attack. That was a very risky mistake there. It could have been horrendous for Ipswich, but they barely got out of prison there. There's Morsey lost the ball. Onana for Villa. 3 minutes to go plus injury time. Ipswich 2, Aston Villa 2. Just not played very well in the second half, really. Is Emi Buendia for Villa. Buendia into Jacob Ramsey. He's probably going to... Well, he's going to play the 90 minutes now. We've made the subs. Barkley. Onana to his right. He does find Matson to his left. Every Ipswich man behind the ball. We've seen this the whole game. They defend very deep and they hit us on the counter, and it has worked. In fairness, they've got a lot of pace down the wings. Clark, even Delap makes runs, on the shoulder of defenders. So they play in a very specific way, and it has frustrated Villa a little bit. And Villa lose a ball, and this is what I mean. Every time we lose a ball, it's a 3-on-3 because they burst forward on the attack. That's brilliant from Onana. Really good tackle. Now maybe we could hit them on the break for a change, but no, we take too long. We take far too long to get the pass. I'd rather us be a little bit more direct there. Jack Clark's been brilliant. He did miss a sitter in the first half, but he's caused Villa problems all day. But yeah, he definitely should have scored. Free header in front of goal. He put it over. Villagine into Buendia. Gets a 1-2. Now Duran. And Duran tries to hold up the ball, but does get muscled off it. I just don't really see a Villa winner in this game. But Ipswich do give the ball away very cheaply every time they have it. Charles says, I think Duran will score. If you were to bet on a Villa man to get a goal, it would be Duran, but I don't see it. Ipswich just play too defensive for Villa. We struggle, really. Right. Whoa! Bloody hell. Barkley went for goal from distance, and Muric actually dropped the ball. Barkley just thought, fuck it, I'll have a shot from distance, and it's a really good save initially, but then he dropped the ball, and it could have gone anywhere. Ipswich are definitely more content with a point than Villa, right? Guys, double tap the screen. How many likes have we got? We've got 2,200. I can get to 2.5k easily. We can get to 2.5k on this channel, guys. And if you haven't already, please do hit that follow button. Like I said, I do every Villa game, or at least I'd say like 99% of them. So feel free to follow. Ball to Duran. Oh, what a tackle that is. Agrees with an unbelievable challenge to stop the run of Duran. And Carlos now comes out of defence, gives the ball to Barkley. Ipswich want a foul, which has been completely ignored by the referee. And now the referee has gone back to the head injury of Delap. I don't think it's a head injury. I think he's time wasting that. Oh, he barely touches him, Carlos, in fairness. I don't think he touches Delap really at all there. But the subs for Ipswich are coming up. Well, Jack, it is what it is. It's football, mate. The same team that we've struggled to beat today drew with Brighton. This is their fourth draw in a row now, so like they're a tough team to beat. They're a tough team to beat. And I'll give them credit. Also, thanks for that, Vikram. I appreciate you, man. I can see a team like Ipswich, beating the likes of Spurs, or they'll definitely shock some big clubs this season. I tell you now. Well, people couldn't say what they want. Like it's football. Things can happen. 5 minutes of injury time. We got 4 to play. Torres into Carlos. Villa still only lost once this season. So, if you offered me that at the start of the year, I'd have took it. Onana into Carlos. Onana goes down, wanting a foul, but has once again been ignored by the referee. Got 40 of you in the YouTube live. Thank you for your support today. I can't actually tell how many I've got on TikTok. It doesn't tell me on the live center, but I appreciate your support there as well. Double tap the screen as always. We've got 3,100 likes, which is crazy. Thank you for your support. Is Buendia. And that's a foul, ref. Again, this referee is shite, man. He is terrible. 50 on TikTok. That's crazy. Ball down the line into Hurst. And Pau Torres wrestling Hurst now by the corner flag. Are they time wasting for a point? They got a corner from that. There's no way they're time wasting for a point. It's held the ball in the corner. Corner 2, Ipswich down. Ipswich 2, Villa 2. I'll give credit. I think Ipswich have been really good today. And as soon as I've said that, Jack has said ref has been good. Stop sobbing. I think no. I think the referee's been terrible. I think Ipswich have been really good, but I think the referee's been awful. Has zero control of this game for both teams. So I think you're blind to even miss the Ipswich chances that he's missed. Taylor with a shot. Good save, Martinez. Okay. There's been situations where Greaves should have been sent off, but sure. Here's Sammy Smolix for Ipswich on the left. Hutchinson trying to angle a shot. Morsey's been booting Villa all day on a yellow card. I don't know. I feel like this referee has bottled some decisions. Corner against Ipswich. A minute and a half to play here. One of those. It's a frustrating one. But, Villa haven't played very well today, so I can't really... It's one of those where I can't be too annoyed because we've not done that well. We were very fortunate to be ahead at half-time. And I was saying if we don't improve in the second half, we'll drop points in this game, and we are. And hopefully we don't drop them all because they've got a corner here, and I am concerned. Corner comes in. Well, Durant swung and missed the ball, and it's going to be another corner. Emmy is arguing with the linesman here. Durant literally had a chance to swing the boot. I actually think that's a foul on Emmy because the reason why the ball's gone over the line for a corner is there's been a boot placed on the ball. Emmy's got two hands on the ball, and someone's come over and kicked it while he's got the ball in his hands. So if anything, it's probably a foul to Villa rather than a corner to Ipswich, but they do get it. And they're checking for handball. Oh, this would be heartbreaking. Oh, check and cleared. All right, that was fast. Thank God. 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 10 seconds, sorry. And to the end of this half. Ball only half cleared. Header forward. Goodness me, Emmy Martinez, what a save. But the flag, it would have been offside anyway, and Emmy Martinez looks hurt in the process. Okay, he does get back up straight away, never mind. That's just Emmy Martinez antics. Yeah, it would have been offside, even if it led to a goal. Emmy does really well to stop the attack of Sammy Smolix. I think that's probably going to be full time now. It's one of those. It's not great. I think defensively it's been quite shit for Villa, but we'll move on. As long as you don't lose the games that you play badly in, I think that's the best outcome. Konza. We actually have one last attack in this game somehow. Philogene. Dear. Loses the ball, and that's probably going to be game over now. They lump it long. Oh, they're on the attack. How we've let them have one last attack here is crazy. Carlos does really well to cover the distance, get the tackle in. How come every time they lump it forward, they're on the attack? It's crazy to me. And that is full time. It's finished 2-2. Day of frustration for Villa. I think we should have hung on, really. But it's just terrible defending that's cost Villa. Yeah, Ipswich probably deserved the point from that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Look, I support my players through thick and thin. Today was a bit more thick than thin. And I love this club till the day I die, but they made it very difficult for me today. Jokes aside, fair play to Ipswich. Got a result. Yeah, the referee didn't help Villa in any way, but you can't blame the referee, can you? All the time. But with one defeat this season, I think that's been a very good start. You look at the Premier League table, it looks very, very good. Villa in 5th place, 1 loss, 4 wins, 1 draw. And Ipswich still without a win. 4 draws. 4 draws now for Ipswich. They are the draw masterminds. They could... That's 4 consecutive points for Ipswich. 4 consecutive draws. So, yeah, they're a tough team to beat. I'll give them that. I don't see where their wins come from because, yeah, they missed some huge chances. You got to be clinical in this league, and they weren't. I think Villa were, and we took our few chances that we created, but Ipswich were not clinical, and eventually those draws will not be draws, and they'll slip to defeats, and that's probably where they're gonna get in relegation trouble this season. But as of right now, they are very hard to beat. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've had incredible support on YouTube and TikTok. I appreciate all your support. As always, thank you very much. And I'll do a video as well, just talking about the game. Waffling on as always. And just last comment I'll read, which is one I really agree with, by the way, which is Portman Road going to be the new Kenilworth Road, going to be hard for teams to come and get results. And just like Kenilworth, Villa needed a 90th minute winner to get a win there. It's a tough place to go. Very tough place to go. Thank you for watching. See you again very soon.